Asshole of the week. I believe you've seen this story, and I've got to pick your brain about some certain things. I know very little about gambling or gambling accounts, but our asshole of the week is former MLB umpire Pat Hoberg,
Yes.
who was fired last week for not only having a shared gambling account with a pro poker player, uh, but also deleting messages on his phone that inhibited the investigation into this that has been conducted over the past year. Uh, Apparently, I don't think he umpired any games in 2024, but he was under investigation after the 2023 season for, I'm assuming it's either a FanDuel or DraftKings account, um, but it was shared with this pro poker player who I can only assume is just a buddy of his.
Right.
Um, but why would anyone you're a FanDuel guy or DraftKings? I don't remember.
Fanatics. Yeah, Fanatics.
Oh, Fanatics is okay. I didn't
Yeah.
realize they were a player.
I get
Okay.
I get money every bet you place, you get fan cash. So then I just get shit for free. So
Oh, merchandise. Okay, that's
yeah.
interesting. That's a real racket right there.
Yep.
Okay. Beyond that, would you would you share an account with a friend of yours? Like, why would anyone do that? Do you understand the logic behind that? Have you ever heard of
The
that?
only reason I think they could share account is for some reason, maybe is it because it just makes zero sense to me why an umpire would do it, because they know the rules.
I wouldn't even
Uh,
back off of an umpire. Just people. Why would
well,
any normal
maybe
person share an account?
because the person's not allowed to have an account.
Well, that's what I think. It just seems like it seems like nefarious on the surface. It doesn't seem innocuous. Like, oh yeah, friends share accounts all the time. Why would you just have your own account other than you're trying to hide something? Obviously he is a major league umpire, well aware of the rules against betting at all, but certainly betting on baseball. But his poker buddy was betting on baseball, and it just seems crazy to me that you would so foolishly make it obvious. Like, he didn't hide his name. His name was like partly on the account somehow. Like, it wasn't like a pseudonym or anything like that. It was Pat Hoberg. I've got this account, but I'm not gambling on baseball. But my buddy, the poker player here, is. The other weird part about this is he's he was like one of the best umpires out there. He had scored a actual perfect game in the 2022 World Series.
Yeah.
He got every ball and strike called right. And you like the umpire scorecard Twitter feed, and that's where they calculate that. He got 100%, which is, I don't know if that's ever been done in a World Series game. But he was great. So we're losing one of the few fantastic umpires because he is an idiot. Is he anything but an idiot, or just an asshole?
I mean, it's so weird because, in that AP article, every game that they bet on, he had no controversial calls. He did nothing wrong. Every game that his friend bet on, there was nothing. They cite everything. There is nothing done to change that. In fact, one of the games, he had a 98.9% home plate calling ratio. He had some close calls that were upheld by replay. He was the replay official once and got a call right.
Yeah.
And MLB even says, to back him up, that there is no foul play.
Well, MLB has an interest in saying there's no reason to believe there is anything nefarious because they're jeopardizing the sanctity of their own game if they say, yeah, he fucked all this stuff up. So I don't fully believe MLB, but I do believe the data saying
Yeah.
he like wasn't fucking up at all, even on the games that his buddy was allegedly betting on. So
in 23, he finished top 5 in accuracy.
Yeah. So this is just, number one, I want to believe there's nothing nefarious going on. And it sounds like the evidence is saying, but he deleted a bunch of text messages that could have incriminated him more. Like, why are you doing that? Like, what?
Because he knew what was going to happen.
Well, he knew it was going to happen either way, but it makes you a little more nervous that something weird was going on besides that. It's just, I think I'm really hoping he's just galactically stupid is what this comes down to. Like what sharing an account with a buddy and gambling a game. I hope it's nothing more than that. And I think that's what they've concluded, that he's been fired and will never. We lost one of the few really good umpires just because he's just a jackass.
Well,
And I guess
he can reinstate in 2026 though.
is that what they said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So
maybe he'll just come up with a pseudonym when he wants to start a gambling account with his buddy. I would welcome him back, because he's been so good. But I don't see how that's going to happen. You can't have that with. You just can't have that association with umpires, no matter what his track record is. So,
like I said, if anyone should be investigated for his last Diaz should be fucking investigated for throwing games, because
that would make sense.
He has a fucking he has his. I think it's something like he's like one of the lowest rated accuracies in him and like Angel Hernandez. Yeah, like Angel's retired now, but
thank Christ,
forced retirement. We all believe, but
yes,
yeah. So
yeah, those cases, if those guys were gambling on games, it would actually make some sense, like why they're so bad at their jobs. But
I think this just goes back. He's just an asshole, not because he knows that the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
The fucking rules. It's not like it's like in the fine print. Oh, and by the way, don't open a gambling account. Yeah. You heard of Pete Rose?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a slam dunk. Pat Hoberg, you are asshole of the week.
Fucking idiot. I mean, asshole idiot, like you said. Like, what the fuck?
I say galactically stupid.
ourAsshole Media.